We now bring you the program that brings together leading personalities, representative insights, all together in a meaningful and delightful conversations as your social barometer. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie, hosted by breakthrough millennial boomer Gracie Venezuela, only here on V81 Radio.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody, and I'd like to welcome all our viewers in the Philippines, in the USA, and in all other countries of the world. You know, V81 Radio Worldwide is now growing, and we are growing stronger every week with power-packed programming, especially on a Sunday. And today, we are now already in episode 7 of Let's Chat with Tita Gracie, and I'd like to thank everyone who has been following the show, and we've been getting some great reviews and fantastic comments, and that really serves to inspire me every single week. And this week, I'd like to start off by sharing an interesting anecdote about our guest. You know, this is back, imagine 2005, and that was July of 2005. And I get a phone call one night, and this guest of ours called me and said, you know what, I have to fly to Singapore on Friday. And I said, Michael, are you ready to do that? So I said, I can't believe you can just take off in 2 or 3 days without preparation. And he said that our friend, Junix Inosian, was stricken ill during rehearsals. And they're looking for a replacement, and they are preparing a major musical that's going to be shown on the occasion of the Singaporean National Day. So I said, okay, why don't we, I can help you. Let's get everything you need. And just to make sure that you go and check this potential role out. And my friend, this guest of ours, flew to Singapore on a Friday, auditioned on a Saturday, studied the music, the entire play on a Sunday. They moved the rehearsals to the main auditorium of the Raffles Hotel on a Monday, fitted his costumes on a Tuesday, and had an opening night on a Wednesday. I flew in that Wednesday morning, and I was surprised to see on my way to the hotel that all the streamers along Orchard Road had a streamer with his name on it. And when we opened the program, as we sat down, I just found out that my friend auditioned for the lead role that was supposed to open in less than a week's time. This guy has been making astounding performances for many years. And that particular night in Singapore, on the 9th of July, 2005, my jaw was like on the ground. I was astounded because he learned a lead role in less than a week and performed to a standing ovation. After the show, that director who managed the entire production came up to me and said, you have a strange friend. Well, that strange friend is our guest tonight. And with this PowerPoint, we're going to take a look at his tremendous acting odyssey. Let's roll that PowerPoint now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome our guest for this evening, Mr. Michael Williams.
Hi, Tita Gracie.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, hi. Hello, everybody who's watching. Welcome. I'm so happy to be here and talking to you, Gracie.
Yeah, you can
What
call
an
me
intro,
Gracie or Tita Gracie.
Yeah, Tita Gracie.
No, but well,
What an intro.
we've and I thought about that after lunch today, and I said, everybody who interviews Michael will talk about, he has more than 100 roles in all those plays, and he was in the original cast of Miss Saigon. Everybody knows that. But I think I'm one of the few who knows that story. And I think I surprised you when I dug up my old passport,
I know, right? That was such a
2005.
crazy time. That's such a
Yeah,
crazy
and we
time.
live in crazy times now, Michael. And
Yeah,
how
absolutely.
have you been coping with the pandemic and all of the ECQ lockdown? How's your lockdown life, Michael?
Um, I suppose it was a bit difficult at the beginning, because all of a sudden you have to stop everything you're doing, take stock of what's going on, and nobody knew anything, and and there was there was so much, I suppose, dust in the air, and nobody could see a way forward, right? Then as time went on, you start to settle down, and then when you get your bearings, and then you see a little bit better what you can do at the moment, right? So
Yes.
it's not bad, not bad, not bad.
Well,
I
I'm
mean, I
glad
was
that
Mhm.
I'm glad that you've I would say adjusted quite well to
Yeah,
having a lockdown life, because
yeah,
I know that a lot of artists, a lot of friends in the artistic community have turned to doing virtual performances. Every
yes,
artist I talk
yeah,
to has been doing their bit, and it also helps them to cope with the situation. Have you
yeah.
participated in any of those? Uh,
I've done a few. Yeah, I've done a few. I've actually had to create a little nook in my house where the internet is the strongest, where I have ample light, and where the situation is good to broadcast or to participate in those things. I mean, I do a lot of meetings on Zoom and on applications like that, and sometimes they don't. You don't choose the time anymore. It's like sometimes they'll get a call at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. For a quick Zoom meeting or something, and the paradigm is shifted. Although I'm still quite productive. I'm attending a lot of meetings. I'm conceptualizing a lot of things, pushing things along. There's the whole pre-production aspect of our work that's being done at the moment. Having a sit down moment and focus on those things, because we can't do the physical part of it, as in going there and rehearsing and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's coming along, coming along.
but I really believe that nothing can stop you.
Well,
I know that there have been times over. more than 15 or 20 years that I've known you, that there have been times that nothing can stop you. And that particular show in Singapore was proof positive that your DNA is
Yeah.
made of different stuff. But I don't want to
Yeah.
get ahead of myself. I mean, I think this whole pandemic has, you're right, created a paradigm shift. I mean, who would have thought that I'd be a digital broadcaster in a matter of weeks? And, I know
It's
that this is an
interesting. It's very interesting how people are recreating themselves. You know what I mean?
true,
Very,
true.
very
I think
interesting to
that the
see it.
creative spirit, you're right, the creative spirit cannot be put on lockdown.
No.
And certainly, knowing you, there are things in the back burner always constantly sizzling. But then again, we have this entire show to explore that. And it's true that you are truly one of the country's most productive and most prolific leading men.
Ah, thank you.
And I say that with tremendous pride because I have seen a portion of your odyssey as an actor, as we saw in that PowerPoint, when you sent me that entire Dropbox full of about 100. I was revisiting a secret part. I felt like I was revisiting your attic and
Yeah.
uncovering all of these
Yeah.
fantastic photos of you in different makeup and different character. And the life of an actor is just
Oh,
so colorful.
there's a whole other world apart from the ones that you see. There's a whole other universe somewhere in the boxes somewhere. You know, all of my career, there have always been people taking photos of shows. Of rehearsals, and they send it to you. They give me a copy, and it's very interesting. I have to see what I've got because there's an ocean of it. I haven't looked.
Exactly. And it's one, I think the photos document a career spanning almost 4 decades. And I'm not trying to date you here, but all I'm trying to prove is that we've got so much to talk about.
Yeah.
And we're going to be tackling a lot of that over the next half. And, it's interesting to be able to reconnect this way. And I know that, this is like the new normal of
Yeah.
broadcasting over the internet. And we're reaching so many of the people, the people that who have seen you in some of your shows in the past. And we're also connecting with people that are going to know you for the first time. And I'm sure that they'll be interested to see what your odyssey's been like. So in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come right back. And we're going to explore the early years of the career of Mr. Michael Williams. Don't go away. This is Let's Chat with Tita Gracie on V81 Radio.
We'll be back shortly with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie only here on V81 Radio.